in Jacksonville.
You're in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
We moved here a couple weeks ago, officially. But we just got his stuff. So.
Like the movers?
Yeah, so the movers didn't get here, and that was a whole thing. I think the first scheduled date was last Tuesday or Wednesday, which is currently the following Tuesday. This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
It's Elizabeth.
Yep. You had homework last night.
Yeah. Yeah, because for some reason I decided to sign up for a full-time job that also requires me to take 2 grad-level classes taught by the people at my full-time job, and I have weekly homework that I have to do after work. Thumbs up. Yeah. That was a good one on my part.
I mean, people
I like it. I'm not knocking it, but also I'm tired.
I was going to say, people do a master's while they're at work, but yours is specifically integrated into it, which almost makes it harder, as opposed to taking, like, a business class every 6 months or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, only the first 2 classes are integrated into it, like, so it's 6 credit hours. But I just take it because I already have my master's, and they don't let you get another one. Well, I mean, you could, but not through the program. You could just do, like, tuition reimbursement through the company. But
that's also smart. Anyway, we'll get back to my day. Just think of this. Anyway, so I'm going to forget things too. So the movers were supposed to come last week, and every day they kept saying the scheduled delivery is the next day. Until Sunday, they said scheduled delivery is for Sunday. We wait around all day because you have to be here when they deliver it. Otherwise, they put it into short-term storage, which makes it all complicated. And so we waited around all day. They never called. We called them, but it's a Sunday. You know, so people don't work on Sundays, I guess.
Yeah.
They never delivered. And then we called Monday, and they're surprised. I guess the customer service agent was surprised that they didn't deliver it on Sunday. So she says, "Oh, well, they'll definitely do it today."
Yeah.
They didn't do it. They didn't do it Monday, and now we're on Tuesday. And she said, "Okay, they'll definitely do it." Or maybe she didn't say. Maybe she said they'll definitely do it Tuesday. I think she said we'll definitely do it Tuesday between 9 and 10:30 a.m. So like an hour and a half window. We wait throughout the whole window. They don't come this morning. At 10:30, or maybe like around 11, they call and they say, "Oh, we'll be there at 2. I'm down in Tampa. I'm driving through Gainesville now."
Okay.
Which for non-Florida residents, Gainesville's like between Tampa and Jacksonville. Gainesville's about like an hour and a half away.
It's like the middle.
Yeah, Gainesville's like an hour and a half away from Jacksonville. At 2 o'clock, he's like, "Oh, I'm going through Gainesville." So that, you know, and he was already supposed to be here at 2, by the way. And at 2, he's already saying, "Oh, I'm still in Gainesville." So he doesn't show up until 5, which, again, do the math. That's like twice as long as it should take to get here. He shows up and he's got a whole posse. They're parked in on a side street, but it's kind of a high traffic side street, so they're blocking a lot of traffic, and they turn a 2-way street into a 1-way street basically, and that's kind of a mess. A lot of the stuff some of the stuff was not in good condition, but it's arguably more broken. We're missing several items of furniture. Either that it got lost, or the guy admitted giving away a couple chairs to someone else. He's like, "Yeah, they had chairs very similar, so I just gave it to them." So you're not getting those.
Chairs to someone else? What moving company is this?
I don't even know what the moving company is. That's another kind of scandal. There's like 3 different names. And also, like, the people that picked up his stuff in Texas weren't the same people that delivered his stuff. Like, it gets passed around. and there's several different agents that you go through to talk through them. So yes, that's the situation.
I believe it, because when I was moving, the 2 moves so far I've done for work, the first move it was a lot better situation, but I had different movers. Allegedly, it was like the same company, but it's like I have my first agent that I talk to, and that agent is the person who like organizes everything on like the company side. Then that agency contracts out the move to a different agency, and that's like the actual moving agency. But then the moving agency that they contracted me to the first time also contracts other local movers. So the people who picked it up at my house were not the same people who dropped it off at my apartment. But then for my last move, the like agency that contracts with my work contracted that literally it was the same guy driving the truck. Just so happened that I got the same guy pick it up in Greenville and drop it off up here.
Yeah, that whole process sounds very similar to what Ellen has gone through. Just there seems to be a lot of jobs in people answering phone calls and not having information. There's a large workforce. So anyway, the setup I'm in right now, you would never believe.
What is that?
I know it looks like an ordinary setup for our listeners. There's a window. This is a door, actually. Elizabeth is doing yoga now. So,
I'm stretching. I had to
take a stretch break here. She's sprawled out on the ground.
I needed this.
Long day?
Fix some piping and put in a new rotometer. It's like climbing inside of it. Like, basically, we have these like facility things that I work on sometimes, and they're like boxes, but all the tubing and wiring and all the stuff is on the inside. So like the one I was working on today only has one door that opens on like the short side of it, and I needed to reach something like down the long side. So I was just like on like my knees because I couldn't sit on like my like little rolly stool, reaching into this thing trying to reassemble stuff. I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the average looking corner.
There's a strange noise going on right now.
Okay. Do you want me to?
I was going to go investigate. So the average looking corner looks average. I'm tempted to show you the mess that's happening. So I am actually, there's a coffee table next to me that we bought like a couple days ago. So that's okay. That I have my dessert on. I have like a bin, like a plastic bin that I'm resting my laptop on, but it's not like flat, so I have a baking sheet on top of that, and then it's kind of dirty, so I put a paper towel down on top of that. So to recap, I have my laptop on a paper towel on a baking sheet on a plastic bin on the floor.
Like a laundry basket plastic bin?
No, like a storage bin, like you'd buy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like a rectangular bin that you store stuff in. Because we don't have any chairs, so I have to sit on the ground. This is wood floor, so I'm actually sitting on a blanket. And the rest of the apartment, let's see if I can turn it around. It's just kind of a mess of things in boxes and wrapped up.
Wow.
That's the situation I'm in.
The movers really did dirty there.
Not good. Not ideal. So that's where we're at. We're trying to wash the linens tonight because I finally have a bed.
Watch what tonight? Oh, wash
the linens.
I'm there.
Because we finally have a bed. Oh, I think his shoe rack is broken as well. Yeah, that's done. It's like missing a piece. So like half of it.
Good.
But,
all good things.
But eventually they did show up. So
Yeah, at least that happened, to one of my coworkers. He and I both got up here, and my movers delivered my stuff, and his movers just did not for like another week.
Yep, he had the same thing. One of his other coworkers, they got it delivered like in 10 days. They got everything. It was super easy. It showed up when they showed up. Whereas this is like the whole thing. Because I guess they wanted to go to Tampa before the hurricane hit, but that timing doesn't really work out because they were supposed to deliver like 4 days ago.
Yeah, I feel like at that point it's just another excuse as to why they were delayed.
Yeah. Maybe so they went to Tampa this morning.
Tampa, so that it was like more. And
because the guy wanted to get out of Florida. I don't know.
Yeah. So in Jacksonville, things are going to be not as bad, right?
They shouldn't get.
It'll be like.
I'm leaving tomorrow, but yeah, like a bad storm.
Okay.
It won't even be a hurricane anymore. I think it'll be technically a tropical storm by then, because it's so far inland and it's basically going to travel. Well, assuming
assuming it follows the predicted path.
It's predicted to basically just ride all the way up, like from like Fort Myers and Tampa area through Florida. So by the time it gets to Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Georgia, South Carolina area won't be anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it might be ruining my weekend plans, so we'll see.
Which plans? I'm sorry.
You would think, Elizabeth, why would a hurricane sort of ruin your weekend plans in New York City? Because the person I'm supposed to go to New York City with lives in Gainesville.
Maybe the movers picked him up.
Yeah. Honestly, should have gotten the movers to pick her up and just drop her off up here or something. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. The flights, it might work out. She's flying out of Orlando, and Orlando Airport, as of now, says pending storm and damage assessment. They might fly people out Friday. So
for this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, it might be fine by then, assuming they can get everything.
Yeah, it's really just a wait and see what happens kind of deal. So, yeah. But for all the people who love energy and power and the fact that you were using power to listen to this right now, I went to a power plant on Friday, and it was super neat. It was a combined cycle power plant, which is basically where you have a gas turbine and a steam turbine and a generator. This one specifically had a generator for each one. So, it was so cool. It was so neat.
I told you can come to my power plant whenever you want.
I know, that's right. I want to see do you guys have our steam turbine? Do you know?
It says GE on it, so I'm going to assume it's your.
Yeah, if it says GE.
Got a whole GE thing. Then they put their own logo on it, and I'm like, who are you trying to do here? Who are you trying to fool?
Yeah. I got a rug.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, so last time I was there was no rug. Yeah.
No, there wasn't a rug yet.
Yeah.
I was on the hunt for a rug, but I've since acquired this rug.
Did you set up a curtain situation?
Yes.
Huh. Oh, you got an actual rod. Okay, I think we ordered that when I was there.
Yeah, this is the rod that we ordered. Yeah.
And it works?
It came in, and then it sat in the box until Evan came to visit, and then Evan helped me put it up.
You need height, and you probably do need a second set of hands for that.
Yeah, just because it's so long. It was pretty rough. Although, he basically ended up putting it up, once we kind of figured out where we wanted it, which was more of a two-person job, he put it up by himself, and then, because it was going up so high, he had to stand on, a taller chair, but the most stable taller chair I had would swivel, so I had to stand there and, hold the swivel to prevent it from swiveling so that he wouldn't rotate while he was trying to set it up.
But the podcast doesn't recommend these safety measures, by the way.
Don't do that. Something about don't try this at home.
Yeah. Well, for our listeners, Elizabeth has a very long and narrow sort of living room situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you
basically could be 2 separate rooms.
You've divided it into 2. Your translucent curtains.
Yeah, they're sheer, like just like a tulle fabric. For those of you who really care about fabric type.
Yeah.
So I have kind of like a desk, lounge, office space with a beanbag, and then my living room on the other side. It's working out pretty well for me.
Well, for your homework and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a reading area.
Because I kind of set it, like, yesterday when I was doing my homework. I sat at my desk in my other little room, and it felt like a separate space to focus on my homework.
Yeah, and you can have a party on the other side of the room.
Yeah. I wouldn't hear it at all.
Through the thick
soundproof sheer curtains.
Yeah.
That's a thought. Could something be... I think something could be translucent and soundproof. Maybe?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It'd have to be very heavy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know enough about soundproof materials. But, yeah, so that's go ahead.
Okay, I'm trying to think about, like, what else I have going on. Like, I would talk more about the power plant, but I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say, like, what's considered common knowledge and, like, what's not.
I'm sure you could talk about it. I find that a lot, like what are people going to do?
Yeah, I mean, so, actually, one thing that I did find rather interesting about the specific site that we visited, it's called Treasure Valley, and part of their, like, commissioning mission was that they bought, like, 200-something acres of land, and the actual site is on, like, I don't know, maybe 20. It's not that much. But the rest of it, apparently prior to it being a power plant, it was like a car tire manufacturing plant and then like a light bulb manufacturing plant. So there was a lot of just kind of like trash and bad stuff from the kind of like aftermath of those. Because they were all, I don't know, back before the EPA was there and preventing people from doing bad things in manufacturing. So they actually reclaimed a lot of that area, like they did like reclaimed wilderness and have like repopulated it with native wildlife and plants. So that's actually pretty cool. And then another thing that I thought was pretty interesting and unique about it is they run on well water. So they have like a well and they have a limit of, I think, I want to say like 20-something thousand gallons a day that they're allowed to pull. It's like a flow rate. It's like a limiting flow rate of how much they can pull, which goes to about 20-something thousand gallons of water. But I think on a good day, they say they operate at like 8 to 11,000.
Now, this is one of the plants that just has GE's equipment, just your turbines, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they're just using our, like...
No other affiliation.
It's not our plant, but they let us come visit because it's our turbines.
Science. Just put my blanket for it. That's, well water. I guess there's no lake nearby? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
No. They said that, like, when the well, like, dried up one time, they had to, like, truck water in because there's not a lake in the area. But I thought that was pretty neat. And then they also have to do a lot of, water treatment because of that. They said the well water that they're pulling is not great.
Yeah.
For what they need, to demineralize it, so.
Yeah, we use my nuclear plant uses lake water, but then we also take city water and we run it through a reverse osmosis skid and do a whole thing. to get like super clean water that we can put in the reactor, basically the makeup water for the reactor.
So yeah, you can't just put any kind of water in.
Yeah, you can't just put the like tap water.
That's quick.
I imagine there's like a lot of chemistry you need to get through it.
I'll have to get the photo. One person took a picture of me there with my hard hat, my safety glasses, and all my PPE in front of the turbines. That was kind of neat. Women in STEM moment.
You don't wear that stuff every day?
I wear everything except for the hard hat. I don't have to wear a hard hat where I work.
Stuff that nothing could fall on your head? No.
But it's not like there's like a bunch of stuff over me, you know? I feel like if I knock something off the shelf in like a cabinet.
I feel like I hit my head like at least once every day, probably twice every day. Just hit it once.
I feel like I was more prone to hitting my head while wearing the hard hat. So I was like, haha.
Yeah, well, it adds like an extra
it's like
6 inches to your head. Yeah, or so, maybe 4 inches or so.
And so I need to plug my laptop in. But yeah, no, I'm wearing my chip shirt.
Yeah. For our listeners, she's wearing a chip shirt. She's plugging her laptop, so now I have to freestyle.
I'm just gonna like make noises until I get back.
Yeah. Well, for our ASMR listeners, Elizabeth is crawling around her rug.
I'm once again rolling around on the ground.
Yeah. There's several pillows now for extra support.
So I went to Target and I bought these paper bats, and I don't know where I should put them.
I don't understand what this is.
It's literally just like bats. Like
okay. It almost looked like it was like a banner or something. That's why I was like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it was like they just decided to, show it like how it could be displayed on like a stairwell.
Okay, I understand the concept now. So these are actually just like cutouts.
Yeah, it's just cut out the bats, and I think it's just 2 sizes of the bat silhouettes. But I don't know, it just looked so fun, and it was like less than $1. So.
Dollar store finds, kids. This is how you decorate your place on a budget. I don't know.
I also bought I also bought some gourds at the farmer's market on Sunday, which honestly was like a steal because it was 3 gourds for $2.50.
Is that a steal? Let's call it a steal.
I mean, I don't know. Like when I would go with my family, we would always go to the pumpkin farm growing up on Indigenous Peoples Day.
Good catch there.
How was it a catch? I didn't even say his full name.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much a gourd usually is. I don't buy them.
But I feel like Bert's Pumpkin Farm is probably like overpriced because everybody wants to go there.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I'm going to pay it because I want to go to Bert's Pumpkin Farm. I don't think it's like. So I got 1 gourd that's like very orange. It's like orange and then like light orange stripies, and then one that's like orange and green and it has like all like the bumpies on it, so it looks like it has warts. And then I got a little tiny baby pumpkin that's a white.
Are you gonna put these like on your countertop or?
Yeah, they're on my.
Yeah, I see.
They're right there on right now. So I was thinking, if you kind of look, there's like that pillar kind of thing. So I was like, maybe I should put the bats on there.
Oh, like going up the pillar?
Yeah, going up the pillar. So it's like a little fall, spooky, Halloween corner kind of deal.
That could be your holiday corner. You could put a little mini Christmas tree there.
Yeah. And foreseeing this could be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'll work. Yes.
Yeah, I think it would. I'm debating. I don't think I would host like a Halloween party. So Halloween is actually, I think it's on a Monday this year. So,
It is. It's on a Monday.
yeah. But we talked about it with my like coworkers that are all in my cohort of program, and I think we're gonna dress up as a Mystery Incorporated.
Didn't you do? Oh, we did that.
Did
Didn't
that.
you do that? You and I did that.
That's why I smiled when I said it. 'Cause I was like, "You gonna pick up on it?"
It's like, that sounds familiar. You did it. Oh yeah, we did it. That was a great costume. I probably still have that photo.
Actually, it was a really good costume. Like, I think we really nailed it.
We did. Rachel's was the weakest. We knew that, but.
Was it?
Okay, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Let's say, I think we all kind of like did a really good job.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good.
Only we had someone to be Scooby-Doo, but it was okay.
I thought we had something. Did we have like a cutout?
Yeah, we had like a little paper printout in Andrew's bracket of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, this one, there's 8 of us, so there's more people than there are characters.
Gosh. Well, you could do like, I'm trying to think of recurring, there aren't really any recurring characters.
Yeah, so if you have any ideas, this is what we're currently thinking. So, main 4, like, people, and then Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo, and then, let's see, so main 4, Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo, and then we have 2 more. So we were thinking Mystery Machine and Scooby Snacks.
I don't know, I feel like isn't there another recurring character in the universe? Let's see if it's,
Think of one.
or like recognizable character. You could always dress up as like the classic villains.
Yeah, that was the other thought. It was like one of us could be like the Minor 49er or the ghost of Captain whatever, or like the guy in the like suit with like full.
Yeah.
Or the Black Knight.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I was gonna say the Knight. Yeah, the Black Knight.
That's like the other classic one.
You could do like a classic villain if you had to.
Yeah.
But I think that Mystery Machine could be good.
I'm the Mystery Machine.
Okay. That one could be creative.
Because so my thought. Okay, you can tell me what you think, and then the listeners can weigh in if they so desire. One school of thought is like jeans, and then find like a cute, vintagey, like just Scooby-Doo themed t-shirt or sweatshirt or like long sleeve shirt, and then have like my like little cardboard box that I like make into the Mystery Machine that I wear around. And then the other idea is same thing with the cardboard box, but I wear all teal clothes and then like put like flowers on it and stuff. Which I think would be more fun. But it really just depends on me finding the right colored clothes.
You can only buy those. You can buy a plain t-shirt.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So
Maybe like teal pants would be tough.
yeah,
But
so
even then, I feel like there
I
should be
don't
like
want
yoga
black
pants or
jeans
something.
and be like, it's the tires. Oh.
Yeah, the Scooby Snacks feels easy because I think don't they sell like graham crackers, Scooby Snacks?
Yeah. So I was like gonna order some and then like
You just tape it to your body.
Yeah.
Or you could dress as one big Scooby Snack. But
yeah, dress just like a dog. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Would you do it for 2 Scooby snacks? They were really food motivated.
yeah, I don't know if it's healthy.
Well, I mean, they also will like. I don't know how 2 Scooby snacks is like.
Well,
When you eat those like giant sandwiches, you know, like 5 seconds before, you're like, this is like nothing compared to.
You gotta wonder what it really means, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into like what it actually means, but it's a drug thing.
Why did you have to? You know,
For our listeners,
drugs.
it's my Nadia impression.
Oh my goodness. Today at work, there were me and the intern on my team, basically, so we were working on like an erosion test or something, testing the hardness of a material. And the erosion agent we're using is like a white powder. And there was just white powder everywhere. And I was like sweeping it off the table. And the intern just looks at me and goes, "There's a cocaine joke in there somewhere."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm surprised you didn't put it up into a line." And then for the rest of the day, like whenever the powder would like go everywhere, he would just look at me and we would just die laughing. It was so funny. It was a good day. Good day of jokes.
Professionalism. Okay.
The intern is just a small BB. He is 20 years old.
Oh, yeah. It's nothing compared to your mature age.
Compared to me, yeah, I'm an old lady now.
Well, yeah. Happy 3-week-old birthday. 3.5. 4? I guess it's 4 weeks. I said.
I don't know. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah. You're now as old as I am for a couple months.
I'm catching up.
Older than Owen. But,
I don't want to update my Skype.
Update your Skype. Okay, we can wrap it up. I know you gotta go. It's getting late for you. You said too late.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed early because, I gotta wake up and be functional.
Yep. Oh, it's not as late as our casino night. I'll tell you about Owen and that. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you in a couple weeks, I guess.
Hopefully. Work is causing me problems. We will talk about that offline.
Okay, offline. Alright, well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah. That's so foreboding. So sorry, everyone. Maybe we can just cut that part out.